So let's get into some
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's start out with something fun. We talked about the Renaissance Fair before we even went to the fair about this, and the fair's theme was Robin Hood, right? And I was thinking in my head, it just popped in my head, the cabal, the people in control they always change history, they make up their own stuff, and you never know what things are true. And we get you can add to it because you probably know more about the history behind it. Is Robin Hood? You know, he stole from the rich, he gave to the poor. And I was wondering, was that even true? Was he just a hitman for a royal family and just making them look good? I mean, that sounds just what goes on today. Like our country invades another country and we're the good guys because they're terrorists, but we're not really. We're just making money for some politician or some, company. We just make it seem like we're the good guys. So
Yeah, so the original story makes him out to be a victim, right? Because
yep,
King Richard the Lionhearted went over,
yep,
like you said, to be this great guy and kill a bunch of Muslims, and
yeah,
in the Crusades. And while he was gone, his brother, I can't remember the name, the usurper who tried to take over the throne, and he stole Robin's family estate,
yeah,
basically, which made him he turned to crime. And then his main enemies were that prince, which I wish I could
yep,
remember his name, and then the sheriff of Nottingham,
yep.
right?
So
So
how do you want to ask it?
I was going to ask you that. So was that just
Let's
propaganda?
Yeah.
Was that propaganda, and was I don't know. Carry on
Can you
from there.
ask the cards? Can you ask the cards that you're doing a drawing on Robin Hood, like you were doing a drawing at that time? So you know how you have like current, past, things like that. Can you just do a drawing that asks the cards who was Robin Hood? What was the story about? But from the point of view of that time period.
Right.
So
Yeah, and let's
you'll
just
get
do a general, like
yeah,
I guess there's a debate as to if it was a real person or not.
yeah,
But there's something, you're right about something here. You're onto something here, because I think there are more movies and television shows about Robin Hood than just about any other. I think even more than King Arthur.
yep. There was the
So
cartoon with all the animals, right?
oh, there's more than we could name here. I mean, just
Kevin
the movies
Kevin
alone.
Costner. Yeah, it gets remade every 5 years. So
By the way, my favorite one was called Robin and Marian with uh Sean Connery.
oh,
And it
really? I
was
didn't. I
it
didn't
was
even.
the later years. It was like what happened, like in that one Robin Hood's old already.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So we're gonna take a look at just the character of Robin Hood from the perspective of his time. Um, how did the people of his time see him then? Mm,
Yeah.
And then we'll see if he was real or I don't know, just general. Okay. Oops. Turn these around. Lovers. Okay. It's a love story too. Robin and
Yeah.
Marian.
Yep.
So that's interesting that the lovers is coming up. Oh, and I think he really was a good guy, because this King of Wands, he's a good guy. And there was a conspiracy in the background. This is the prince taking over the throne.
Wow.
Strength. So there was strength in Robin because he was just and right and noble. So he had that strength going for him. And this also, it's an archetypal story. So, all right. It was, first off, I believe it was it was based on a real person. Okay. He was a good guy. He's not what you were saying before, like, secretly working for the deep state at the time. He was a
Yeah.
team with Marion. It wasn't just him and Marion. She was a critical part of his team. And there had there had been a conspiracy, and like I said, there was the prince, the sheriff of Nottingham, and one other character involved.
Yeah, that
And
makes sense because wasn't she like the inside man? So he was on the outside taken out,
right,
and she was pretending to be because um, the royalty on the inside.
right, yeah, depending on which version of the story you get. But yeah, she, in a lot of in almost every version, Marion plays a huge role in the merry men. Okay, and that's what gave them the strength. This divine masculine and feminine combination is what gave them the strength to overcome this evil. And and then, like I said, with this world, I think this is a story that's been repeated, well, not just through the movies and films, but in the
Yeah,
past. It's an archetypal thing that's where the story of this guy who has everything he owns taken away from him, so he has to go and fight against the corrupt system, and he
yeah,
does it by becoming known as an outlaw himself. This is something that's happened again and again. It's a recurring theme in human history. uh it's about it's about justice, and it's about innocence, protecting the
yeah,
innocent, because that's what he would do. He would steal from the rich and give to the poor, and bring justice to the people. And this is, by the way, why it rings so true with so many people, and that's why you have so many films and series
yeah.
made about it. So, good question, Dan. But
Great.
yeah, good guy, real
All right, that's
person,
nice
good
to
guy,
know.
and it's repeated over and over again throughout history. I'm sure if
All
you
right.
look at other cultures like Chinese or Native American, whatever, you'll find someone
Yeah.
like this.
Just like the hero's journey, that
Yeah,
is
right.
found everywhere.
But if
Okay.
you haven't seen Robin and Marion with Sean Connery, you gotta watch it. It's brilliant. It's definitely
Put it put it
that's
on the
my
list.
favorite Robin Hood, because it's not the traditional. Like I said, it's like what happens after, like where all the other movies end. It's like where this
Yeah.
one picks off,
Yeah.
because Marion goes and she becomes a nun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird. All right. So next question. You want to